Good morning. My name is Naveen Goyal. I've been in the profession of managing businesses for the last 8 to 10 years and pretty much part of the senior management team. So in ITES industries and my last current assignment, I'm working for a large size healthcare service provider chain in India. So the topic which I'm talking about today is quitting smoking. I'm an engineer by qualification, and like most of the engineers, when we get into college, first terrible thing which we pick is smoking. It all started like fun, trying few cigarettes here and there, but then sooner or later I didn't even realize that it became part of my life. So much so that the maximum time I used to spend while smoking, that was the single biggest activity. But as I said, it all started like a fun. I used to enjoy smoking with friends. It started over parties and things like that. But then slowly, right from the time I get up in the morning till that time I go to bed, I used to start my day with smoking. I used to end my day with smoking. That's how it was. And I didn't realize. I mean, to say life went on. Got married, moved ahead, went for further education, moved ahead in my career. But then smoking continued. It continued along with me. One thing which changed in smoking is I kept changing my brands. As my economic status kept improving, I kept moving from lower grade cigarettes to high-end brands kind of stuff. And I was kind of smoking a pack every day. That is how it is, how it was. Then for last 4-5 years, I started realizing that it is affecting. It is affecting me. I was not able to sleep properly. I used to have this constant bad throat, smoker's cough, which you can say. I used to get a quick urge in terms of taking a break while I'm on work and go for smoking. And just imagine you taking 15 breaks in a work day, what kind of a productivity loss it is. But then, even though I'm spending 5 to 10 minutes over a smoke break, but if I'm taking 15 such breaks, it is like 3 hours going in smoking. And this is making me eat less. I was virtually not eating anything during while I was working. So it was like a breakfast and straight dinner in the night. And as a consequence, I started realizing that I had this constant headache a little bit. No sound sleep. I used to get up in between in the night, and it was affecting me. So now, as I was in mid 40s, I thought that let me try something. I tried various techniques. I first, like any educated, net savvy person, I tried to surf through the web, find out what are the best practices, joined a couple of programs. Online programs, hired an online coach as well, a little bit here and there, who used to send me some tips. But then it only made me more confident. I used to listen to them. I used to initially try, but then I used to master the technique of define that. And I used to say, no, this will not work for me, and this will not work for me. So right from going to a doctor, taking help from the vet, taking help from the coaches. In fact, declaring it to my wife and family openly, making some bold calls in my offices, tried all those things. But then, at best, I could have lasted for 3 or 4 or maximum a week without smoking. But then constantly that smoking was in my mind, and I eventually used to go back to smoking. So I was kind of very disturbed internally. I've been a successful professional. I've managed businesses. I've turned around businesses. Whatever I decided, I have achieved it in my professional career. But then this was something which was a personal habit, and I was cursing myself that why I can't get rid of this. Then it was that kind of a feeling, and then suddenly one day I met I think I met Dr. Mr. Rishabh. It was Shruti, it was Shruti. And I met him, there was a small get together, there was a function where I happened to meet him. And then over a cup of coffee, I just realized that what kind of a great work they are doing. Their purpose, their mission was to spread genuine awareness in terms of ill effects of smoking, and then they had kind of developed a very scientific program, step-by-step scientific program, and which also is tailored and customized to individual person, depending on how bad the habit is. They have kind of come across a quantitative assessment tool, which a pre-diagnostic tool, which they apply and initially assess that what is the level of addiction is. So it was very scientific. I got instantly interested. I requested them if they can take me in their, make me join their program. They asked me that, am I serious? Am I committed? I said yes, very much. And this is all how it started. So it was just a casual meeting, and then the next day in the afternoon, I think KP was there, and went through 2 hours, 2 to 2.5 hours kind of initial discussion and diagnostics with them. I have to say that I was fully impressed. I think the team has well thought through this program. It is very scientific. It is very. It is not one-sided. It is combination of medical health, your psychological aspect, as well as a mechanism where a friend approach is always available. And it's not that when you need the coach, you go to them. The coach or the friend is proactively find innovative methods to interact with you and keep in touch with you over casual conversations, without even realizing that they are trying to treat you. But it is just those small chit chats, friendly conversations where they keep coming with some smaller tips here and there, but very meaningful tips. Things like that they try to understand what are my triggers for smoking. So they realize that whenever I'm going for any kind of a meeting, just before the meeting, I try to have a smoke and then enter the meeting. So they just advised me that before any meeting, you just drink 2-3 glasses of water. I started doing it, and I was able to manage that trigger problem. So these are the such small tips, but they have thought through this really well. So glad that I joined their program. Fairly inexpensive, but very comprehensive. And today I'm sitting here. It's been like little over 4 months that I have quit smoking. This is the longest duration in my life since the time I've started smoking, which is way back in 1992. I'm sitting here. This is 4 months. I've not touched the cigarette. I am feeling very energetic. I am sleeping very well. I used to have very disturbed sleep, but like I was telling somebody that now when I go and hit my bed, I sleep like a dog. So sleeping very well. Get up in the morning very fresh. I think overall, I'm a little bit much better in control of my schedule. My family is very happy. My son extremely happy. My dad is proud of me because he himself used to be a smoker, and he got seeing me. He's also trying now to quit smoking. So overall, extremely beneficial intervention, and I would be indebted and really thankful to Team I Can Care. And I just wish them that they spread this program, reach out to all those people like me who've been trying hard to quit smoking but couldn't do this. And I have to tell you this, that as I did, I'm sure a lot of people who are listening to me and who are smokers, you might have tried smoking on your own, but it doesn't help. I would really encourage you to get in touch with professionals like I Can Care, who can scientifically assess your trigger points and can help you, guide you both medically as well as psychologically how to get rid of this habit. I wish I Can Care all the best. Thank you.